But I've gotten some comments about Vivix in the past that people will say, you know, besides that they love the taste, Suzanne, people will say, well, you know, I take it, but I don't really feel anything. And I never really knew what to say to that, but then I kind of started thinking, you know, one morning when I was drinking a glass of milk, it's like, I know that this milk is helping build my bones and, you know, other ways that calcium and vitamin D3 benefits, but it's not like I feel my bones being built. So I think that, you know, the Vivix is a definite product that should be added to everybody's supplement regimen because there are just so many studies coming back about resveratrol and the effectiveness of the Shaklee resveratrol product. So thank you guys very much. And if you have any questions, I would love to answer them or try to.
Does anyone have any questions? That was a lot, huh? So let's kind of net it out. What's the bottom line that you gain from this information of telomeres? Just anybody.
They live, the longer they are, the stronger you are, or, you know, all your DNA structures are, your cellular structure.
Yes, right. So, go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, there are things that you can do actively to affect the length of telomeres. It's not some given at birth with genetics. It's environment controlling genetics.
Yes.
And not the other way around.
Isn't that encouraging? Yes, absolutely. Good. Anyone else? Anything else kind of netting it out? Suzanne?
Well, things that promote health increase your telomeres, and things that don't promote health can shorten telomeres.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Good. Anyone else? Nova?
Well, and that there's hope for the fact that everybody gets old and ages and things wear out, but you can have some impact on the quality of your life as that happens.
Yes, definitely. And if Eleanor wants to share a little bit about that TLC study that they're doing now, I think it's amazing that Dr. Blackburn is working with Shaklee.
Yeah, I'm actually, my DNA, my blood work, and a lot of information that they're requesting from us is part of probably a group of about 300 of us that are going through this. And we had to be using Shaklee in this particular study 5 years or less. So that's all they were looking for. The landmark study we had to be using Shaklee. Or more, excuse me. Or the landmark study was 20 years and more. But this one was just 5. So I'm really excited because I'm anxious to see what my telomere lengths are going to be. After 34 years of eating these kinds of things, and since 2008 taking Vivix every single day, I mean, I will not miss my Vivix because it does several different things for me. What I noticed was that after menopause, anybody past that age? Oh, yeah. Corey's not, but through menopause. When you go through menopause, your brain gets really foggy. Anybody relate to that?
Oh, yes.
And when I started taking Vivix, it was like probably 3 weeks into taking it, it was like, oh my gosh, I'm remembering people's faces, I'm remembering not only their face, but now I remember their name that was attached to the face. And I really believe that it had to do with the Vivix because I hadn't done anything different other than adding that. The other part of being part of this study and the result is that, you know, at 102, I think I look pretty good. I think I can probably run laps around this table a few times, you know. So I feel good. I feel better now at 64 than I ever did at 25, and that's the truth. I mean, that is how I feel. And Rosie and I are buddies in age, right, Rosie? Yeah. And so the telomere study I'm excited about because I believe that, as Melba said and a few others, we can increase our telomere lengths, which will give us longevity. Because if we're going to live long, what do we also want to do? Live healthfully. There's no sense in living long if we can't live with vitality and with disease-free. That's my goal, is to be disease-free. Doesn't mean we're not going to have aches and pains. We probably all will as we get closer to, you know, pushing 100 and 100. Shackley's research in Vivix. If you try to compare, like Julie said, with any other resveratrol product out there, there is no comparison. And that has to do with Shackley buying up exclusive rights of the muscadine grape. No one else in the world can produce Vivix because our CEO bought the farm, basically. And not only did they buy up the whole supply of muscadine grapes for production, I mean, you could go to Georgia and I'm sure you can find muscadine grapes, but not to produce in massive amounts a product like Vivix. Shackley worked with the University of Georgia in helping to understand how to extract the polyphenols and the resveratrol from the skin and the seeds of the muscadine grape. So when you are taking this liquid form, you are getting just that, the resveratrol and the polyphenols from where it is the richest in the grape, and that's where it is. So Georgia worked very diligently with that extraction process, and we are the only ones with that extraction process. So when you see resveratrol products in other places, a little light's going to go on, and you're going to say, what? I wonder if that product has any value. And what we know about that is Shackley has about 98%, let's see, how do I say that, Rose? You're probably better at saying this. 98% of resveratrol properties are in Vivix, versus 25% that are in capsules or tablets that you might have.
Well, Shackley found that when they were testing resveratrol, before they came up with how to actually deliver it in a liquid form, that it loses its potency within 30 days in a capsule or a powder form. So that's why we have it in a liquid. It's just one of the, one of those things that just goes like music notes into the air if it's not in a liquid form.
So we're very excited about that, and very excited to be able to offer quality products to all of you. So let me turn it back over to you now. Anything kind of percolating and thoughts that might be coming up that you need some clarification on?
You definitely have some good cocktail party information now about telomeres. You can bring up telomeres and people go,
Yes, and Julie, you did such a great job of explaining a
Yes.
rather difficult topic, right? It's not the
well, it's a
easiest.
huge,
It
this
is.
is just a little
Yes.
slice of it, but basically we want our telomeres longer.
Yes,
Vivix helps.
that's right.
And the
so
kosher-
does the vitalizer and, the other nutrients
Right.
that you're feeding your body every single day. So we're going to pass around the Vivix bottle for you to actually sample if you haven't before, and even if you have, you're welcome to. Along with it comes a little bamboo stick, so just dip it in very carefully, pull it out, and then you get to sample a little taste of that, okay? So here we go.
And that we also have a kosher Vivix as well that has blueberries.
Rose.
So know that if people aren't able to do the grape, they can do the blueberry kosher Vivix.
And I thought some of you might like to see this. I'm going to pass this around. I think the question sometimes is, are all vitamins considered? This just happens to be a Centrum. There you go. This just happens to be a Centrum product that you can see exited the same way that it entered your body. So I thought maybe you'd like to look at that. And our vitalizer disintegrates very, very quickly in the system. Isn't that kind of a, yeah, you really